Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Chat back into the video today, and today we're going to be recapping day 3 of MLB free agency. And another day of MLB free agency has gone by, and still nothing has happened. And, part of me has now realized a big reason why nothing has happened. And that is because of a big part of that is probably because of the GM meetings that are going on right now. Through November 7th, which was, this started Tuesday. Free agency started Monday. If I'm correct. Free agency began Monday. Players were eligible to sign Monday at 5 or 4 o'clock. And you've not seen one free agent there has not been one free agent signed yet to a contract. And now that was Monday. And now it is Wednesday night, and still no players have been signed to a contract yet. I think a big part of that has to do with the MLB, the GM meetings that are going on right now. They started Tuesday, November 7th, and then continued to happen today, Wednesday, November 8th, and they'll continue tomorrow, November 9th, on Thursday. So I don't know if you might see a signing or two happen tomorrow in MLB free agency, but I said this on my recap day 1. I said, okay, you might see a couple signings tomorrow. It's not going to be anything big, but you're going to see a couple stuff happen. And then I also said, after my recap day 2, after my recap day 1, nothing happened. Said day 2, you might see a couple things happen tomorrow. I'm thinking maybe in the area of 1 to 3 signings. And then day 2 came by, and I'm like, okay, now this is weird. There's 2 days have gone by, because I vaguely remember 2022, the first 2 days of free agency, there were only three signings happened in the first 2 days of free agency. So I remember this from last year. So that's why I was like, okay, tomorrow should be like a little bit better, not a lot better though. Nothing happened. Then day 3 today, I was actually playing basketball, and I realized, I was thinking about why nothing has happened in free agency so far, and I realized, you know what, the GM meetings are going on right now from November 7th through November 9th, and that's probably why nothing is happening. And also, I think another big thing to do with it, and now you saw it on Monday, 3 managers were hired. But I think another thing is some of these teams that are looking for, or that are going to get some, pick up some free agents, don't have managers. Like, for instance, like before with the Los Angeles Angels, they didn't have a manager. They just hired Ron Washington today. Or the Houston Astros, who could be a little bit of buyers at the free agency. They don't have a manager. The Padres, the Brewers, all those teams are without managers right now. And then when free agency originally started, 2 other teams were without a manager. The Mets were without a manager. They're going to be a big buyer. Now they just signed they just hired Carlos Mendoza. So I think that has had to do with it. And I would say, I'm going to guarantee this, in the area of Friday through Sunday, you will see MLB free agency start to pick up. More signings happen throughout the weekend. But let's go over everything that happened today with stuff that was actually true or just rumors. We do have a couple things to talk about that happened in the baseball world today. Number 1, it was GM meetings, and here were some of the things that happened. So here are reports. Some of this stuff have actually happened. Let's get into it. Yankees have showed interest in trading for Brendan Donovan and Alec Burleson. These are 2 players for the St. Louis Cardinals. I believe both players are outfielders. We'll see if maybe they trade for both players. And then the Dodgers are showing interest in free agent from the Seattle Mariners and All-Star Teoscar Hernandez. Oh yeah, the Dodgers are going to be buyers in free agency, but we'll see if this is someone they might be able to pick up. I think he's definitely going to have some buyers. I think the Phillies could be interested. I think the Brewers will be interested as well. But we'll see who ends up getting Teoscar Hernandez. I think the Dodgers would be a good fit. This is something that we already thought, but their GM, Red Sox GM Craig Breslow, I think that's his name, confirmed that they're prioritizing starting pitching help in free agency. So that we already kind of knew that. It was a report yesterday that the Red Sox have talked to Jordan Montgomery's agent about potentially getting a deal done. So they're looking for starting pitching. We just don't know who they're going to get. There's so many starting pitching, openings in free agency though. Then also this was something that was reported, or what I first found out. I think it was Jeff Passan who first tweeted it. But Bryce Harper will be playing first base going forward. The Phillies notified Rhys Hoskins, who's a free agent. I believe Rhys Hoskins will go to the Brewers, that they are going to most likely be playing Bryce Harper at first base throughout the whole season. So he's going to be their first baseman going forward. And then also the Los Angeles Angels hired Ron Washington as their next manager. He was the manager for the Texas Rangers from 2007 through 2014, and since 2016, he has been the third base coach for the Atlanta Braves. The Red Sox, this is another thing that Craig Breslow talked about in his GM after the GM meeting with the press. The Red Sox are receiving he said he's already gotten calls about Alex Verdugo. He's receiving trade interest from him. And I don't know if you would actually call these signings, but the Guardians and Adam Oller have agreed to a minor league deal. Adam Oller has pitched only 28 games in 2 seasons for the Athletics in 2022 and 2023. He's a left-handed pitcher, and he played with the new manager for the Athletics, Stephen Voigt. Stephen Voigt was on the Athletics in 2022, and Adam Oller played 19 games with the A's in 2022. So this isn't a huge free agent, and he's not even a small free agent. He's only played 28 games in the past 2 seasons. And then also the Phillies are interested in starting pitcher Sonny Gray from the Minnesota Twins. I think a lot of teams are going to be interested in Sonny Gray because I think out of all the starting pitchers that are going to be expensive, he's going to be a cheaper option because of his age, being 34 years old. I think he's going to be a good cheap option to go to for teams. It's not like he's cheap, but I think it's cheaper than some of the other guys to go after if you want heavy starting pitching. Like if you want to get the best, if you can't really afford or don't want to give the money to a guy like Jordan Montgomery or Blake Snell or I'm sorry, I forgot his name, the ace from Japan, or Shohei Ohtani, or one of the other biggest starting free agents, one of the biggest starting pitchers in free agency. I think that Sonny Gray is a guy that maybe give him $25 to $32 million a year, which is better than some of these other guys might want. It's probably Sonny Gray is going to probably get $25 to $27 million a year, if not less than that. Because he's almost 35 years old. And then another minor league deal. So there's been 2 signings, but it's minor league deals. And these are guys this guy is a catcher and he hasn't played since 2022. The Rays and catcher Alex Jackson have agreed to a minor league deal. He's played for the Brewers in the past. Funny thing is, this is the only catcher on the Rays 40-man roster. And then also this was news from the New York Mets this morning. David Peterson, bullpen pitcher, is out for 6 to 7 months. He underwent hip surgery, so he's out for 6 to 7 months. So he'll be back about May, June. So he'll miss the first month or 2 of the season, if not more than that. So yeah, that's really it for that happened in the baseball world today. The only signings that we've had so far are 2 minor league deals, and then the rest of that happened today. That's the video though. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts, and peace out.